my foundation, if you guys watched my Get Ready With Me video, you can see kind of the skincare I do. So right now I'm going to go from, I've done all my skincare, and then I'm going to go with my Becca Backlight Priming Filter. And the reason why I like this one is because it does give you that luminosity that I really like, because I do have dry skin and I need a little bit of life to it, but it doesn't give you this kind of excessive glow back. So, you know, sometimes with other illuminating primers, you want to just put them in the places that you might want to highlight or that you might want to have a little something special. But this one, you can actually use it all over. Now, if you are an oilier skin type or a combination skin type, I would just use this or any kind of illuminating primer like this wherever you wanted to highlight. So down the nose, you know, on the Cupid's bow, right here. So that's just a tip for you guys that have a little bit of a more oily skin tone or a skin type. And if you guys are combination skin, you definitely are going to want to keep this clear of any kind of light reflecting properties, because that's usually where you'll be a little oily. All right, so now that that's on, you can see I just love how it makes my skin look, and it's so healthy and radiant. Now, I just was trying to find the cap, but oh well. Now, I have just a little bit of eye makeup on. I am going to do the full thing for you guys so you guys can see the full look at the end, but I'm showing you obviously today my foundation routine. I do a couple different types of foundations, and I will do, well, actually comment below if you guys want me to do a video on my favorite foundations. Everything from, you know, like just one or two from each, like, you know, tinted moisturizers to medium to light coverage and then full coverage. But I wanted you guys to see how I do my normal foundation routine, because it's really quick actually. I'm using my Playsticks by Benefit. They are a full coverage. I feel like I can shear them down so beautifully, and it looks kind of like a second skin. So this is the one in Spin the Bottle, and then I'm also going to contour with Tea Party. So I literally go like this, boop, 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 just like that, because I don't got a lot of time. If you know from my social media posts and stuff like that, I have a little baby, and I don't have a lot of time to do this. All right, and I'm gonna leave my under eye clear because that has a tendency to crease up on me, and so I'm gonna try to keep it as product free as possible so it doesn't crease up on me early. So I'm just taking an IT Cosmetics, this is actually just, I don't even know what this is, but it's just it's the brush that has the double end. And I love to use this because of the buffing aspect. I just think that it buffs into the skin so beautifully with this brush. But you can of course use a beauty blender, but when I am pressed for time, I use this technique. And I just make sure I get it really in everywhere, into my ear, down my neck. And if I need to, I can go in with just a little bit more coverage, just right here on the nose. I feel like maybe a little bit right here. All right, and then just buff that in. Okay, literally that took 5 seconds. And I am gonna take my beauty blender and I'm going to just tap this all over just to give it a little bit more of a flawless finish and just kind of get rid of some of that brush strokes. But it does go quicker because I'm not depositing color. I am literally just touching up and blending. Now this foundation would be great if you wanted to combine it with a little mattifying foundation. It would be kind of a beautiful combination. All right, so now I'm going to go in with Tea Party, like I said, and my normal foundation routine, I don't do a ton of contour, and this you can see, it's not very dark. I like to be a little lighter handed on the contour whenever I'm doing it with a cream product, and use that a little bit afterwards, I'm gonna use my powders to really create more dimension and definition. But do you see how that kind of just brought a little bit of something to the skin? And now I'm basically done. That is my foundation routine. How simple was that? And it covers pretty much all of my pigmentation. I mean, if you see my pigmentation correction video, it shows you how to color correct your pigmentation, and I would totally do that, but this is an everyday foundation routine, and I wouldn't do it every day because I just don't got time. All right, I'm gonna do my concealer, and I will be right back. All right, so I just put my concealer on, obviously, and if you wanna know how I got this flawless finish without any creases, you'll check out my video that's coming up to how to stop your concealer from creasing. All right, so I'm just going in with my Solie Tan from Chanel, and I'm just giving my face a little bit of shape. After I put on my bronzer or my contour, I actually go back in with just that same foundation and just really kind of carve this part out. I'm really not putting a ton more foundation on. I'm just making sure that this is highlighted underneath here instead of putting a ton of powder on that to highlight that. That's just my way of doing it. All right, so we're going to powder all over the face. I'm going to just take just a general loose powder, and I'm going to just gently kind of put this all over the face. All right, so that's just a little bit of loose powder. And then I am going to use a little bit of NARS Laguna. Okay, so my camera decided to die, so I went ahead and finished my brows and my lashes and my eyes and stuff. So what we were talking about was that we were using the Sunbeam, which you can see so beautifully on my cheeks here. And I was saying that this totally goes over powder for me fine. Now, I don't think it would go over your powder if it was a full coverage powder, but mine is a loose translucent powder, so it kind of goes over really nicely. So that is kind of a beautiful sun-kissed look. I'm kind of obsessed with Sunbeam right now. I go through these phases with highlighters and things like that, and right now I'm on my Sunbeam phase. And then I'm just going to take a random highlighter, just going to finish this off. There we go. And lastly, I'm just going to pop a little bit of an orange blush. This is by Chanel. This is 76. And I'm just going to put it right here on the apples of my cheeks. So that's kind of how I do my foundation, and I guess it kind of turned into a contour and blush video. But that's really how I do my face every single day. Alright, so here's the final look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing kind of what I do every day for my foundation, and like I said, it kind of turned into this little blush contour routine. But it's super simple. I don't have a lot of time in the morning, so it doesn't take very long. Anyway, let me know what other kind of tips and tricks you want me to do, and don't forget to subscribe and like. You guys really make my day, and I thank you so much for tuning in, and just remember, you are loved. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah! Bye, you guys.